Hey everyone, John Hartley. I already did a video on the mail today, so I was thinking, I sort of explained in several videos how all of my albums got started, and I thought I would give a better explanation of how it all came about. Way back when I first started collecting, I didn't make much money. I was a young deputy, and I started buying a few commemoratives as they came out from the mint, but sometimes I couldn't afford to get the ones I want. Some of the ones I wanted, so I went back, recently, and I bought all the rest of those. But I bought some of the uncirculated sets and a proof set here and there, but I never was really an album person. I started out, like a lot of us did, with the blue Whitman folders, and I started putting in mostly stuff from uncirculated sets into those folders, and after pulling them out a year after I'd put the previous coins in to put some new ones in there, I noticed that the Whitman albums have, of course, a ugly effect on coins. So this is today's mail. These are the one. This is the silver proof set. So these San Francisco coins that aren't silver are just extra, and they'll go into one of my overflow albums. But the first time, these are the 2019 silver quarters that I got in the mail this morning, and busted them out and put them in the Dansco album. I guess I should tell you, I use Dansco albums, and I have since probably the year before I retired, which was 2010. I thought about doing dollar coins and dollar coins only, and I figured if I could just be a dollar collector, that would be enough for me. So I did the Eisenhower album and the Susan B. Anthony album, filling them up from eBay, because they were both discontinued series. Filling them up for eBay, and the Eisenhower was really easy. The Susan B. Anthony was pretty easy, except for the 1981 Type 2, which was kind of pricey. So, but I got those filled up, and I was doing a Silver Eagle album as well. And all of a sudden I said, I don't have any more dollars to collect. Dollar coins, that is. Because the Sacagawea had just come out, but I didn't like those coins. I never thought about collecting them in an album. So when I retired and moved back home, I was thinking about, I had a lot more time on my hands, and I wanted to spend some of that time collecting coins. And I said, well, what do I want to do next? Well, I could collect half dollars. So I bought a Dansco Kennedy $50 album. And the Dansco Kennedy album, of course, started in, those are what I was talking about, some old Whitman folders. That's a Kennedy on top there, but these are my Dansco my Dansco albums. That slot there is for the you can put it away, put it up. This is not where they go daily. They go on a bookshelf in the gun room, where it's nice and safe. But I started with the Kennedy album that went with proof issues as well. And I want to get this right, which is why I'm throwing you all over the place. I started this album in 2011, and it goes to 2012. And I started it with the newer coins and went backwards to the older coins. So I started in 2011 and went back to 1964. Well, when some of the coins I was buying singularly, I found a coin site that would buy, you could get some of these old Kennedys still in the cellophane, but just cut up, they would cut up the old mint packs in cellophane and sell you a coin that's always been in the cellophane. But when the 2012 coin came out, I know I'm not doing this very scientifically, but when these coins came out, it just made sense to me that the best coins you could get would be the ones from the proof sets and from the uncirculated sets and the silver proof sets. So I did that with 2012, and by that time I had also been putting away, I bought a lot of proof sets and uncirculated sets for the statehood quarters, but had never taken them out of the sets. So at the same time I was doing this, I had started these Washington statehood quarters. So that was sort of using some of my mint sets and putting them in the way that I was collecting at the time. And that caused me, because I have OCD and I'm a completist, everything, that led me to the first Washington quarter album. That's the thick one, that's heavy as hell. And that goes from 1932 to 1998, because in 99, as you know, started the statehood quarters. And I'd finished my Kennedy album. The Washington album was the one I worked on next, but it's still not finished. I've got about 6 that are left in there. And I need to finish this album. But just so you can see, there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them that I need. And see, all of these early Philadelphia coins are plentiful, and they were easy to get and uncirculated. Everything in these albums, in all the albums that are Dansco, are uncirculated at the worst. And I finally found a 32 San Francisco that's an AU coin, but it looks good enough to be in this album. It's nice, pretty, white, clean coins, no marks, but it was cheaper because it was AU. The 1932D is going to be a different story. But as I was filling up the end of the Kennedys, and I ran out of stuff that I already had in the Washington quarters, and I was breaking open those sets, I had all of these cents and nickels and dimes, and then eventually the dollars, the Sacagawea, and later on the presidential dollars. I had them, they were all sitting around, and I either put them in flips, or some of them I just put the lens back on top of the broken open mint set, and the uncirculated sets I just would cut out the ones I needed, but they were all hanging out. I had nothing to do with them. So first thing I did was I bought I believe it was either the Jefferson Nickel album or the Roosevelt Dime album. And then that led one thing to another to the Sacagawea album, the presidential dollars, and the that, you know, the Kennedy album was done because it was too many pages, too thick. So the new Kennedy album, which only has 2 pages, came in. I bought that, and that led to the Lincoln Memorial Sense and busting open the new Sense. Had the Shield Sense, and then the Jefferson Nickel album was done. I had to get the next Nickel album because I'm a completist. So every time I have to bust open a set, I needed a place to put all those coins. So this is just, it says Silver Rounds, but what it is, it's a book that I keep eagle-sized coins or crown-sized coins in, you know, like the Maple Leaf, Noah's Ark, not the American Eagles because that's in that other one, the Philharmonic and all that stuff are in those, plus other odds and ends. This is my type album. This is the Wheat Cent album that is not a Wheat Cent album. So, and then all the way down here is my albums of duplicates, not so much attractive coins, and foreign coins. Other than my commemoratives and a bunch of rolls of, when I get a chance, I buy old bank rolls of, you know, wheat cents and stuff like that, and sometimes I break them open. I did break a couple of them open on YouTube Live one time, but I've got several others that aren't. But this is the bulk of my collection, what took so long, but it adds up rather quickly. All this started in, I mean, those dollar coins started in 2010 when I retired. In 2011 I started with the Kennedys, and it just, and that's 2019, and that's a lot of albums. I entered all the coins I got into the mail today into Numista. If you don't know about Numista, it's Numista.com. It's a great website where you can log in all of your coins safely, anonymously. Nobody else can see it but you. And it keeps record and count of what you have. And you go to the home page and it tells you how many countries you have, how many different types of coins, all this. And it also has the grand total. My grand total of coins is 4,964 as of today when I entered the silver proof set that I got this morning. So I'm close to it's been a goal of mine since I really started looking at that page and entering all my coins in. When I got up to 3,000, 3,500, that 5,000 mark was something that I've been looking at for a long time, and I didn't think it was going to come this soon. But stuff builds up relatively quickly, so by the time the uncirculated sets get out, and me buying coins here and there and that, by this summer I'm gonna have over 5,000 coins in my collection, and that is something I never thought possible. I mean, my grandfather collected coins. One of them collected coins, and all the coins that he passed down to me fit in a box that was 4 inches by 1 inch by 1 inch. And my other grandfather collected coins in a Whitman album, and he has, and I have inherited those as well, and he had, and I still have them, he had about 20 Whitman albums, and most of them were duplicates. You know, when he'd get a lot of Mercury dimes that were duplicates of the one in his nicer album, he'd buy another album. So I wish they could look in you know, the love they had for coins, could look in and see where their coin collection went, and what I've done following in their footsteps. 5,000 coins is going to be a heck of a mark. But I wanted to explain how my album collecting started, and let you know how it all came about. Don't forget to click on that subscribe nickel there on the bottom right. And I looked at that coin from Italy. It's still not sold. So as soon as my credit card account turns over tomorrow, I pay it off, goes back to zero. I'm going to order that coin. I've got the coin I got with eBay bucks coming in. It landed in the town right next, between Atlanta and us. There's one more town that stops in, and it's on the way from there. It'll be here in the morning, almost positive. So until that gets here, I'm 1042, and I got to put all these albums back.